If you give them free eggs, they'll believe in your religion. Basically, you can buy believers through free eggs in China. So, is religion that cheap? Let's talk about this scary topic deeply today. Have you heard that Chinese people don't believe in any religion? That's partly true. We can't believe if the church or mosque gives out free eggs. When Western missionaries came to China, they found that Chinese people weren't interested in religion at all. Later, they discovered preaching through free eggs as a Western missionary trick and now a marketing trick as well. But once the eggs stopped, people stopped coming. Faith dropped back to zero. Myself is a good example. Years ago, I often went to church for two reasons. First, there were pretty girls there. Second, I wanted to practice my spoken English because there were foreigners there. So does that mean 1.4 billion Chinese people truly have no faith? 93% of Chinese people are atheists. Think about it. Besides China, is there any other country where over 90% of people are atheists? Globally, about half of all wars are caused by territory or interests, and the other half are caused by religion. Why is the Middle East always at war? Sure, there are political and economic reasons, but the most important factor is that it's the birthplace of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. These religions have deep historical divisions. The religion is like a powder cake there. One spark can set it off. Many religions even teach that non-believers deserve to die. That's hard for many Chinese people to understand. The root of the India-Pakistan conflict over Kashmir is also religious, a clash between Hinduism and Islam. When Pope Francis died earlier this year, it made global headlines. That's because Catholicism is one of the main religions in the West, with over 1.3 billion followers, almost as many as China's total population. Over thousands of years, almost every major religion has entered China: native Taoism, Indian Buddhism, Islam via the Silk Road, Christianity, Catholicism, Eastern Orthodox, and more. As a child, I read many religious books out of curiosity. I was interested in their philosophical ideas, but I never felt the urge to actually believe in any of them, which is quite an interesting feeling. No matter what religion it was, none ever dominated Chinese society. When Buddhism or Christianity arrived, they were localized. Shakyamuni and Jesus became symbolic figures, not absolute authorities. There's a picture from Jiangsu Religious Research Center that shows Buddhists, Taoists, Muslims, Catholics, and Protestants all sharing one building as their offices. If this happened in the Middle East or Western countries, people would find it impossible or maybe just go crazy. So why don't the Chinese people have a single widespread religion? Because Chinese culture is deeply pragmatic and we don't raise idol gods. We believe God shouldn't sit high above people. A God's role is just like the officials or soldiers. Their goal is to serve the people, not the other way around. So yes, you can ask me to believe in a God, but the God has to be effective. If the God doesn't help me, why should I keep believing? That's the key difference between Chinese people and religion believers. Many foreigners believe in one God their entire lives. In China, people can believe in any God or none at all. That's a real religion freedom. And here's something funny. When wishes come true, Chinese people usually say, our ancestors blessed us, not God blessed us. Even funnier sometimes when Chinese people help foreign religion believers. They thank God for sending Chinese people to help them. But the Chinese helpers are thinking, we don't even believe in your God. Why are you thanking him instead of us? We are the one who helps you out of our kindness. So Chinese people think that a lot of religious foreigners don't actually understand gratitude to the tangible people. And by the way, in popular Chinese fantasy novels, there are always models of fighting or even killing gods. This reflects a deep cultural spirit of rebellion against authority. For those who call China authoritarian, think about it. If Chinese people truly worshipped power blindly, would stories about killing gods be so popular? Many religious believers see God as the ultimate authority. Everything they have is God's gift. If their prayers don't work, they blame themselves for not being devout enough. They never blame God. But in China, that logic doesn't work. If a God doesn't deliver, people just switch to another one. There are plenty to choose from. Whether to believe in Jesus or Buddha often depends on who gives more eggs or free meals. If both do, we might believe in both. That's why China has never produced a dominant religion in history. There's an exception though, the god of wealth. Almost every Chinese person believes in him. People are happy to spend $1 to make a wish for $100 million. And you've definitely heard this famous god wealth song. Anyway, gods must be helpful or they're out. Most Chinese people don't follow any religion, but that doesn't mean we don't have faith. We believe in Yan and Huang, our mythical ancestors. That's our faith in shared bloodline and national unity. And above all, we believe in ourselves, in the idea that humans can conquer nature. You can see this difference clearly in mythology. In the Western story of the Great Flood, the flood was God's punishment. He sent Noah to build the ark to save the good people. Everything happens by God's plan and humans can't resist it. But in Chinese mythology, there was also a great flood, and our hero Yu the Great spent 13 years to lead the people to control the flood. He passed his own house 3 times without entering because he had to lead us. Chinese people believe we can use our hands and hard work to overcome disasters. We believe man can triumph over heaven. Chinese myths are full of these stories. The spirit is always the same, human-centered action. Even the most popular modern stories like Le Zha, the best-seller movie, and Black Myth Wukong, the best-seller game, are about fighting unfair gods. This rebellious streak is deep in our culture. Throughout thousands of years' history, countless religions have appeared in China, but only Taoism, our native faith, survived continuously. Why? Because Taoism focuses on naturalness and non-interference. Taoist priests don't care whether you believe or not. They don't try to control others. Their philosophy is both individual and collective and practical. For example, in peaceful times, they focus on cultivating immortality. In chaotic times, they go to war for defense. Taoists are quite unique. They believe in the Tao. But as for you, believe or not, that's your business, as long as you don't disturb their cultivation. Follow me, an Eastern perspective to see the world.